So this is it. Well, I've only had one other podcast so far, but this will be the last podcast in 2023, and this will be rather short, but I would like to bring something to people's attention, and that is everything in 2023 that you've done that you believe was hurtful or wrong, you have a chance and an opportunity to make things right. And everyone that has hurt you and made your life a living hell, you have the opportunity to forgive. I know you're like, forgiveness. Everybody preaches about forgiveness, but the truth is you don't forgive people for them. Who cares about them? You forgive people for you. Because when you don't forgive, you become stuck. And when you're stuck in this emotional place, when you're stagnant and there's no growth, what happens is you only end up hurting you. Unforgiveness never harms the person that hasn't been forgiven. Unforgiveness will rot you from the inside. It will tear down every good thing in your life. Unforgiveness will make this world impossible for you to live in. Because that resentment will turn into something, and it can, to be honest with you, it can actually start showing on a person's face. The bitterness, the anguish can become visible if it's held long. Trust me, I know some people who held on to stuff quite long, and it began to mar their faces. Because, see, I know we talk about frown lines, and somebody's like, oh, no, not frown lines, laugh lines. There you go. You can call the lines and wrinkles on your face frown lines or laugh lines on how your perspective is. That's the only thing that changes your perspective. But getting back to unforgiveness, do you realize that since you were born, you have hurt people, you have slandered people, you have lied, you have stolen. So I'm just naming big sins. Think you've broken at least one commandment. Some of you break a commandment every day. Others break a commandment a week. Some try to set a record. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm trying to get to is the fact that you know you've done wrong in life. And when you found yourself guilty, not only by the court of whoever your parents or family or the court of public opinion, when you found yourself guilty and all the weight of the condemnation was upon your shoulders, how good did it feel to be forgiven? Forgiveness is also a gift. For the person being forgiven, forgiveness is a gift to them. Because it does. I won't lie, it will lighten their burden. Well, for some. Not for all, and I won't even say for most, but there are people that are really human beings. And when you forgive them for the things they've done wrong to you, they re-examine themselves, very big on introspection, and they will say, I will at least make an effort. Not to say that it won't happen or there won't be some near-misses, but I will make a conscious effort not to do that again. Versus other people who, they don't even want your forgiveness because they would have to acknowledge they've hurt you. I know of a family that I used to run with because of geographical location, i.e. they were at the church and my mother said I had to be friends with them. And this family was so wicked. They hurt me, my mother, and her sisters, and my cousins. We were all affected by their cruelty and maliciousness. They mocked us, they harassed us, and they did it with joy. Actual joy, like it was a joke, it was a game to them. To use us, abuse us, and treat us like shit. Well, I won't be honest with you. Wasn't too keen on that. That's an understatement, I know. But for me, the main thing that got through to me is they're not God. And whatever they've done to me, because my Bible says, touch not mine anointed and do my prophet no harm. Whatever they've done to me, God will require it at their hands if they don't get it in the blood. That's on it. As a matter of fact, I gotta say something that you're gonna think is really weird. And I want you to give me a chance to explain, because when you hear it, you're gonna go, that's evil, that's wicked. No. Let me finish. Hear me out before you jump to conclusions. I consider them dead to me. And I know some of you like, dead to me? No. I'm a weirdo, people. MayaDevi is a weirdo. And here's the thing. When I say a person is dead to me, what I actually mean in my language, from my dictionary, is that whatever they have done to me in the past, whatever hurt they've done to me, I kill it. I kill it not so that I can continue being buddy being hurt. No, there's still a separation being made. I refuse to associate with those that have nothing else in mind concerning me but hurting me. I refuse to. Call it what you will. Tell me I haven't forgiven them because I'm not up in their face again. No. The Bible said, "Oh no man anything but to love." And forgive me if I misquote a little bit. But the sentiment is, "Oh no man nothing but love." And the thing about that is, once I kill dead the things you've done to me that hurt me, it frees me up because I need to be able to go to God about you. If you require that, I pray for you. If you're sick, if you had loss and trauma, anything, I need to be free enough to go before God on your behalf. And God will not listen to me if I haven't forgiven you. God will not forgive me if I haven't forgiven you. And I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I really need for God to forgive me throughout my life, throughout my days, throughout my week. I require for my sanity and my peace that I can take my transgressions before the Lord and He'll wash me whiter than snow. I need that. I really do. But that's what I mean when I say someone is dead to me. I personally, not that they regard it, because tell you the truth, if you were to go to this family and tell them, hey, you did X, Y, and Z, and by the way, I got dates and times and places, because I have that kind of memory, and so does one of my mom's sisters, and so you could go to them and literally show receipts, say, hey, you did this and it was wrong and it hurt, and I want to communicate to you that it hurt me, and they will look you up and down and laugh at you. You will tell these people, hey, like for instance, I'll just give an example of what happened to me. I don't like primates. I hate monkeys with this unmitigated passion. And when I was a child, I was very afraid of them. So when I was younger, what would happen is every birthday, like clockwork, these savages would actually get me a birthday card with a monkey on it, and then not tell me. I open the card, get some birds, scream, drop things, and like, oh, ha, ha, ha. But you know what? The things that I have suffered with, by the way, they weren't the only family that treated my family like that. We're pretty much the Megs of our church in a way, because we get scapegoated a lot. But then on the flip side, when they need counseling, when they need prayer, when they need a shoulder to lean on, it's us they come to. Forgetting how vile they treated us. Forgetting all the things they done to us. And then they want to come up, cozy up, and divulge secrets. And that's when you have to say to yourself, I have forgiven them. I cannot hold it against them. And whatever they tell me, I can't divulge. Because you don't want to be a talebearer. You don't want to keep going back and forth. Oh, so said. You don't even want to get involved in the matter. Matter of fact, when it comes to me, there are certain people that if they try to tell me what to pray about in detail, I will stop them. I will say, just give me the overview. God knows the detail. I don't need to know the details. Why? I'm human. And knowing the details can actually make me get into my feelings and my emotions and not want to pray for you. And I want to be free to pray for anybody that Lord brings to my mind at any time. I pray for strangers. I will be honest, I woke up 2 weeks ago in the middle of the night and had a burden to pray, and I didn't even know the person's name. God just said, pray, and I began to pray for mercy. But the person didn't even know why. But the thing is, I want to be free to pray for anybody at any time because I want to be able to pray for people. I want to be able to take them before God, take their matters before God, and have God handle it and fix them and give them comfort. I want to be able to do that because there's nothing sweeter than fellowship with the Lord. Nothing at all. And so forgiveness frees me from that. And honestly, once I say you're dead to me, I I have relatives, literal blood kin, that I have said to myself, they're dead to me, and I will pray for them. In fact, I have a list of relatives that should be dead to me that I pray for every day. 2 of them are literally dead to me, and I pray for them every day because I still love them. The Bible said I had to love you and never said I had to like you. It's just like you don't always like your children all the time. You love them, but sometimes those rules and what they say kind of makes you not like them. You don't want to be around them all the time if they're acting a certain way. You'll say, go to your room or get out my face. I've heard it all. So if you can do that with your children and say, well, I don't like them all the time, but I love them, why do you think that other people can't have relationships the same way? When you love a person, but you don't like them. I have a cousin right now, and I love them, but no, I don't like them. Not at all. I do not invite them to places I'm going to be at. We do not have a relationship that's conversational at all. We do small talk and civility. And for me, that's cool because I really do love this woman. I just don't like her. And that's fine because when I see her, I greet her. I do not snub her. And I try my level best not to show partiality. Though I have a feeling that it kind of ekes out there a little bit. But let me be frank. This person, who a relative, would be over my mother's house on a regular basis. I was married. I was living in a different part of the city. My husband dies. I move back home. She comes by after I move back in only 3 times. Has not returned since. Because, don't get it twisted, she can tell. And I knew before I got married, before I left my mother told me to get married, I told my aunt, I said, Mark, when I leave here, the emotional leeches and vultures will come out and begin to feast upon my mother. I called it exactly. I said, watch when I leave this house. And it's not that I say anything. You don't need to say anything. Forgiveness does not turn you into a doormat. I know some people are like, I'm not that soft. Forgiveness does not turn you into a doormat, okay? And you forgive to set yourself free. What you do by forgiving is you say to the Lord, this is too heavy for me. Take it. Lord, I don't even know how to forgive, but Lord, I'm going to give it to you. Every time I think about it, I'm going to give it to you. My aunt and I sometimes, because life gets hard. We'll be on the phone singing, turn it over to Jesus. And if you keep that little song in mind, when things come into your life that upset you, cause you worry, cause you anguish, make you feel tense, turn it over to Jesus and watch what the Lord will do with your situation. I'm a living witness. If you trust Him, He can work it out. Everything in my life should have spelled failure. From the womb, I should have died. But the Lord had other plans. And since the Lord had other plans, I'm so glad He did, by the way, but since the Lord had other plans, I let Him direct my life. Because I suck at it. I suck at directing my life. I admit, I am powerless to change a whole bunch of things. The things that I can do, I strive to do. The things that I cannot, I turn it over to Jesus. And I'm learning, because I'm not there yet, I'm learning to turn things over to Jesus bit by bit. Because I'm not at the place, probably somebody else could just turn things over to Jesus, bam. But me, I understand that I gotta break down that thing in me that lays it down, picks it back up, lays it down, picks it back up. Like that old hymn said, take your burdens to the Lord and leave them there. I am trying to work on the leave them there part. I am very, very, very cautious about me because my spiritual life needs to be a certain way. I need to be in right standing with God more than I need to be in right standing with man. And to be honest, you would think the forgiveness will put you in right standing with man quicker than it will put you in right standing with God, but no. Forgiveness, true forgiveness, when you totally turn over what you have to the Lord, you say, I forgive them, I totally from my heart, it's finished. That's the kind of forgiveness that you really need. It's hard. It's very hard to do. It's immensely difficult to do.